Welcome back to our channel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learn English with Joynob, the place where learning English. I'm super happy you're here with me. We're diving into a question a lot of English learners ask. How do you learn English without making it feel like a chore? If you've ever thought, ugh, English is so hard, or this takes forever, don't worry, this episode is just for you. So, first things first, hi, I'm Julie. I help people like you learn English in a way that's not boring or painful, but super chill and fun. Over the years, I've seen so many students feel stuck with the usual study methods, and honestly, it can get pretty frustrating, right? But here's the good news. Learning English doesn't have to feel like climbing a mountain every day. Nope. It can actually be simple, fun, and, yep, effortless. Now you're probably wondering, wait, what? How can learning a whole language be effortless? Well, hang tight. I'll tell you. It's all about how you learn. You don't have to study for hours or force yourself to memorize a million words. Instead, just tweak your daily routine a little, and boom, you're learning English without stress. In this episode, I'll share some easy and super useful tips you can try right now. Whether you're totally new to English or you've been at it for a while, these tips will help you speak and listen better without feeling like your brain's going to explode. You'll learn how to surround yourself with English, turn speaking and listening into a daily habit, and most importantly, keep the whole thing fun so you actually want to keep going. And here's one big thing I want you to remember. You already have what it takes to learn English. You don't need to make it harder than it has to be. What you do need is a little patience, a bit of consistency, and a positive mindset. In today's episode, we'll look at how you can blend English into your life in a way that feels easy and even fun. So go ahead, get comfy, relax, and let's dive into the chill world of effortless English learning. All right, before we jump into the tips and tricks, let's talk about what we actually mean by effortless learning. You might be thinking, come on, Jason, how can learning something as tricky as English be effortless? Here's the thing. When people think of learning, they usually picture sitting at a desk, staring at textbooks, and stressing over grammar rules. Sound familiar? We've all been there, studying for hours, getting frustrated, and constantly thinking, am I even getting better? But guess what? That old school way of learning isn't always the best, especially not for languages like English. Instead of treating English like a giant school assignment, what if you thought of it as something chill, something fun? That's what effortless learning is all about, taking off the pressure and bringing in more joy. Imagine this. Instead of cramming vocab into your brain or freaking out over mistakes, you just live with English. I know, it sounds like a dream, but it's actually what lots of successful language learners do. So let me show you how to start thinking of English as something that flows naturally, like your favorite hobby or hanging out with friends. Step 1. Change your mindset. The first big step to making learning easy? Change how you think about learning. Many people believe that you have to work super hard, memorize everything, and be perfect all the time. But no, that's the pressure talking. If you let go of that pressure and just enjoy the ride, you'll be amazed at how much smoother things go. Step 2. Learn by doing, not memorizing. One common mistake? People try to memorize too much, Long word lists, tricky grammar rules, sound familiar? Sure, those things help, but they're not the only way to learn. Instead, get into English through real life. Listen to podcasts, watch shows, read fun stuff, and chat with people. When you see and hear English in action, you pick it up naturally, no cramming required. Think about how you learned your first language. You didn't sit at a desk with a dictionary. You listened, watched, played, and talked. That's it. And guess what? That same idea works for English, too. The more you surround yourself with English, the easier it gets. Step 3. Make English part of your everyday life. Here's a secret. You don't need a separate study time. You can sneak English into your day like a ninja. Listen to English while walking or cooking. Watch your favorite movies with English subtitles, or even change your phone to English mode. These little things add up and make you feel more at home with the language. Step 4. Focus on listening and speaking. Lots of learners feel shy about speaking, like, what if I mess up? But here's the truth. Speaking and listening are the best ways to learn effortlessly. When you listen often, you hear how real English sounds. When you speak, you start using those words yourself, and you don't need to be perfect. Step 5. Celebrate the little wins. Don't wait for a perfect moment to feel proud. Celebrate the small stuff. Maybe you understood a new word today. Maybe you had a short convo in English. Maybe you watched a whole episode with no subtitles. That's awesome! These mini wins keep you pumped up and moving forward. Step 6. Be consistent, not intense. You don't need to study for hours to make progress. Seriously, just 15 minutes a day can do wonders if you do it regularly. Tiny daily practice sessions work better than giant study marathons that leave you burnt out. So go easy, but keep going. Step 7. Keep it fun. Last tip, make it fun. If learning feels like a boring chore, you won't stick with it. But if you're watching shows you love, singing along to songs, playing games, or chatting with cool people, you'll want to keep learning. The more fun you have, the faster you'll grow. Immersing yourself in English. Okay, let's talk about one of the most powerful ways to make English learning feel supernatural: immersion. Now you might ask, Jason, what even is immersion? Well, it's just a fancy way of saying, surround yourself with English as much as possible. When English is all around you, through music, videos, books, or conversations, it slowly becomes part of your daily life, like brushing your teeth or scrolling your phone. Let's start with listening. The more you listen to English, the more your brain starts picking up on words, grammar, and the natural flow of the language. And here's the best part. You can do it while doing other stuff, like walking, cooking, or even cleaning. So, it's super easy to squeeze into your day. Here are some fun ways to listen to English. Headphones podcasts. Pick ones that match your level and your interests. There are shows for beginners, intermediate learners, and advanced speakers. You can listen to English learning podcasts, interviews, or fun discussions on topics you enjoy. Check out The English We Speak or Luke's English podcast. Those are awesome. Music. Listening to English songs is a super fun way to learn. Focus on the lyrics and try to understand what they're saying. Even better, sing along. It helps with pronunciation and fluency. Plus, it's fun. Audiobooks? Love stories? Try listening to audiobooks while following along with the text. It's a great combo of reading plus listening. You'll see how words are used in context, and it boosts your vocabulary and comprehension big time. Movies and TV shows. Watching stuff in English is another awesome way to learn. Start with subtitles in your language, then switch to English subtitles when you're ready. This way, you'll pick up everyday phrases, slang, and how native speakers actually talk. Change your environment to English. Wanna really immerse yourself in English? Make it part of your everyday environment. Here are some easy changes you can make. Switch your phone to English. Seriously, it helps a lot. Seeing English on your screen all the time gets your brain used to it. Do the same for your social media and computer. You'll naturally pick up new words just by using your devices. Label things in your house. Stick little notes on stuff like your fridge, mirror, or desk. Write the names in English, like door, light switch, or cup. Every time you see or use them, it's like a mini vocab lesson. Follow English accounts. Fill your social feeds with English content. Follow Instagram pages, YouTube channels, or Facebook groups that post in English. This keeps the language around you all the time without even trying. Talk with native speakers. This is one of the best ways to learn. Real conversations help you practice speaking, listening, and build your confidence fast. And don't worry about mistakes. They're part of learning. How to practice speaking language exchange partners. Find someone who wants to learn your language, and they can help you with English. You talk half the time in English and half in your native language. Apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, and Speaky are perfect for this. Talk with friends. Got friends who speak English? Try chatting in English, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. It might feel awkward at first, but it's great practice. Online classes or speaking clubs. Join platforms like Italki or Cambly for one-on-one lessons with native speakers. Or find an English speaking club. Lots of learners and natives meet online just to chat and help each other out. Read in English every day. Reading helps you get better at vocabulary, sentence structure, and different writing styles. And you don't need to start with big novels. Here are some beginner-friendly options. Books. Start with easy books that match your level. Children's books are great for beginners. They use simple language and are still super fun. Articles and blogs. If you like cooking, tech, fashion, or sports, read blogs and articles in English on those topics. You'll learn new words related to stuff you already care about. News. Reading the news in English helps you learn formal vocabulary and talk about real-world topics. Try websites like BBC Learning English or News in Levels. They break the news down into simple English, which is perfect for learners. Write in English. Even though writing isn't always part of immersion, it's still a great way to practice. Writing helps you remember new words, improve your grammar, and get better at building sentences. Try keeping a journal. Write a little every day about what happened, how you feel, or what new words you've learned. It's a great way to track your progress and build confidence. Join online communities. Comment on posts, reply in forums, or join groups where people chat in English. The more you write, the better your English gets. The power of consistency. Here's the magic key: consistency. The more time you spend with English, the more natural it becomes. You might not notice huge changes right away, but if you stick with it, you'll wake up one day and realize, wow, I get this now. Just like how you learned your first language, English will sneak in and start feeling natural. Focus on listening and speaking if you want to learn English the easy way. Focus on listening and speaking. These two are super important, and sadly, they're often skipped in classroom learning. But if you practice them every day in real life, learning becomes way more fun and natural. So, let's talk about why listening and speaking matter so much and how you can improve both without stress. Why listening and speaking matter. Listening helps you understand how English works in the real world. When you listen to native speakers, you learn how words are said, how sentences sound, and how English is used in different situations. It boosts your vocab, your comprehension, and even your pronunciation without even realizing it. Speaking helps build your confidence. A lot of learners focus too much on reading and writing and forget to speak. But the more you talk, the more comfortable you get. Speaking helps you use the words and grammar you've learned, and the more you use it, the more fluent you become. Listening and speaking are a team. They work together. When you listen, you hear new words and phrases, and later, when you speak, you can use them. That's why listening first is super helpful. It gets your brain ready to talk. The more you listen to English, the easier it gets to recognize words, understand how sentences are built, and feel how the language naturally flows. You can even listen to English while doing other things. It's super easy to fit into your day. Some great ways to practice listening. Podcasts. Pick ones that match your level and your interests. There are fun podcasts for beginners, intermediate learners, and advanced ones too. You can enjoy stories, interviews, and all kinds of interesting chats. Try something like the English Amazing podcast or others like it. It's a fun way to get better at both listening and speaking. Music. Listening to English songs is both fun and helpful. Try to catch the lyrics and understand what they mean. You can even sing along to improve your pronunciation and fluency. Karaoke-style learning. Audiobooks. If you love reading, audiobooks are perfect. Pick a book you like and listen while reading along. You'll learn new words in context and get better at understanding what you hear. Movies and TV shows. Watching English shows or movies is a fun way to surround yourself with the language. You can start with subtitles in your own language, then move to English subtitles as you get better. You'll pick up everyday words, slang, and real-life expressions native speakers use. Want to take it a step further? Change your environment so English is all around you. Here's how to make English part of your world. Change your phone to English. The more you see English, the more you'll learn. Switch the language on your phone, computer, and social media. Label stuff in your house. Stick little notes on things like the fridge, door, or chair with their English names. You'll learn new words without even trying. Follow English pages online. Follow English speaking pages on Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. The more English you see, the more natural it feels. Talk with native speakers. This is one of the best ways to improve. Chatting with people who speak English helps you get real practice and builds your confidence. Don't worry about mistakes. They're part of learning. Ways to start speaking. Language exchange partners. Find someone learning your language, and you can help each other. Half the time you speak English, the other half your language. Try apps like Tandem, Hello Talk, or Speaky. Talk with English-speaking friends. If you have friends who speak English well, chat with them. Even just a few minutes a day helps. Join speaking clubs or take online classes. Platforms like italki or Cambly let you chat with native speakers one-on-one. Or you can join clubs where learners like you practice speaking together. Read English every day. Reading helps grow your vocabulary, shows you how sentences work, and lets you see different writing styles. Start with books. Pick ones that fit your level. If you're just starting, go for simple or children's books. They use easy words and short sentences. Blogs and articles. Find English articles about stuff you enjoy. It's a fun way to learn new words tied to your hobbies. News in English. Reading the news helps you learn formal vocabulary and stay updated with current events. Sites like BBC Learning English or News in Levels give you news in easy English. Great for beginners. Write in English, too. Even if writing isn't your main focus, it really helps. It makes your vocabulary stronger, improves your grammar, and helps you feel more comfy with building sentences. You can keep a little journal, write about your day, your ideas, or what you learned. It's great practice for using English to express yourself. Join online communities, comment on posts, join forums, or Facebook groups where people write in English. The more you write, the better you'll get. Consistency is key. Stick with it. The more you surround yourself with English, the easier it becomes. You might not notice big changes at first, but over time, you'll understand more, speak better, and maybe even think in English. Listening and speaking are your best friends. These two skills are super important and often the hardest to practice in class. But if you focus on them daily, learning becomes way more fun and natural. Let's dive into why these skills matter and how you can boost them without stress. Why listening and speaking are a big deal. Listening helps you understand. Listening to native speakers shows you how words sound, how sentences are built, and how people really talk. It helps with vocabulary, understanding, and pronunciation without too much effort. Speaking builds confidence. A lot of learners spend too much time reading or writing and forget to speak. But the more you speak, the more confident you get. Speaking helps you remember vocab and grammar because you're using them in real time. They go together. Listening and speaking are a team. When you listen more, you learn words and phrases to use when speaking. Listening gets your brain ready, and speaking helps you lock in what you've learned. How to improve your listening. You don't need boring textbooks or tricky exercises. Just make listening a fun daily habit. Listen to stuff you enjoy. That's the secret. Pick fun content like podcasts, music, shows, movies, or audiobooks. If you love sports, comedy, or stories, go for it. Example: try English podcasts like English Amazing Podcast while doing daily chores. It's easy and fun. Use subtitles or transcripts. Start with subtitles in your language, then switch to English ones. This helps you match spoken words with written ones. It improves both listening and reading. Many podcasts and audiobooks come with transcripts, so you can listen and read together to strengthen the connection between hearing and reading. Practice active listening. Don't just listen passively while daydreaming. Focus. Really pay attention to the words, idioms, and phrases. This boosts your understanding and helps you learn faster. Start with slow, clear speech. Native speakers talk fast. It's normal to feel lost at first. Look for materials made for learners, like YouTube videos or podcasts designed for beginners. They're easier to follow and help you absorb the language better. Now let's talk speaking. Speaking needs practice, but don't wait to be perfect. Just start. Speak as much as you can. The more you talk, the better you'll get. Feeling shy? It's normal. Practice online or talk to yourself. Describe your day or thoughts out loud. It's awesome practice. You can even record yourself and play it back to see how you're doing. Don't be scared of mistakes. Everyone makes them. That's how you learn. Just keep talking and you'll get better with time. Find a language exchange buddy. Help someone learn your language while they help you with English. Use apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Speaky. It's a win-win. Join speaking groups or online classes. Lots of websites let you practice English with teachers or other learners. Join a virtual speaking club, take conversation classes, or practice in group chats. Being in a supportive group makes speaking easier and way more fun. Copy native speakers. Imitation is powerful. Listen to how natives speak, their tone, rhythm, and style. Try shadowing, repeating what they say right after them. It helps your pronunciation and makes your speaking more natural. Set small speaking goals. Try talking in English for 5 minutes a day, or introduce yourself in the mirror. Tiny goals keep you motivated and build your skills step by step. Listening plus speaking equals magic. They work best together. The more you listen, the more words you'll hear and use. The more you speak, the more you remember what you've heard. Listening helps you learn. Speaking helps you practice. Together, they create a cycle that makes learning English feel smooth and natural. Learn vocabulary in context. Just memorizing word lists is boring and not super helpful. Instead, learn words in real situations so they stick better and make more sense. Here's why context is important. You remember words better. Seeing words used in a story or a sentence helps your brain create a picture. This makes it easier to remember them later when you're speaking or writing. You understand meaning better. Some words have different meanings depending on how they're used. Like bank could mean a place with money or the side of a river. If you learn the word in a sentence, it's easier to know which meaning fits. You learn how to use the word naturally. It's not just about knowing the meaning. You also need to know how the word sounds, how it fits in a sentence, and when to use it. It makes learning fun. Learning from songs, stories, or shows is way more exciting than drilling vocab lists. You're discovering words as part of fun, real situations, not just memorizing them. So how do you learn vocabulary in context? Start by reading stories, blogs, and articles. These are gold mines for seeing words in action. When you read, you come across words in conversations, descriptions, and all sorts of scenes. Try to guess the meanings using the clues around the word. It's like solving a little puzzle. This will help you really get how those new words are used. Tip: pick stuff to read that you actually like. If the topic is fun for you, you'll want to keep reading, and you'll learn new words without even noticing. Watch movies and TV shows. Watching stuff in English is an awesome way to pick up vocabulary in action. You'll hear how people really talk, not just what's in textbooks, and you'll learn how to say the words, how they sound, and how people actually use them in real-life chats. You also get bonus help from body language, hand gestures, and facial expressions. That makes it easier to figure out what the words really mean. Tip: if English subtitles are tricky at first, No worries. Start with subtitles in your own language. Then, as you get better, switch to English ones. It helps your ears and eyes work together and boosts your word memory. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks. Listening to English stuff like podcasts or audiobooks is another fun way to soak up the language. Just like with shows, you hear words in real conversations and topics. That helps you understand the meaning even better. Audiobooks are especially cool if you like reading too. You can listen and follow the text. That makes the new words really stick. Tip: after you listen to a podcast or audiobook, try to tell someone what it was about in your own words. Use some of the new vocabulary you just heard. That'll help the words move from your brain to your own speaking. Engage in conversations. Talking with other people is one of the best ways to learn new words, whether it's a friend, a tutor, or someone online. Conversations give you a chance to try out new words and see how others use them. The more you talk, the more you'll learn how words flow naturally in sentences. And boom, your vocabulary and fluency both level up. Tip: don't be scared to make mistakes. The more you practice, the more confident and smooth you'll become. Use vocabulary in sentences, not just lists. Instead of memorizing a boring word list, try making your own sentences with the words. That helps you remember them better and shows you how they work in real-life speech. For example, when you learn a new word, write a sentence using it. That way, you're connecting it to something that makes sense for you. Tip: start simple. Short sentences are totally fine. As you get better, you can try longer or more complex ones. It's all part of the fun. Group words by themes or categories. Learning words in groups, like food, travel, or emotions, makes it easier to remember them. When the words are all related, your brain goes, "Oh yeah, I know this set." For example, if you're learning food words, study stuff like spicy, delicious, sour, and bitter together. That makes it easier to remember and use them correctly. Tip: use flashcards or apps like Anki or Quizlet to group words by themes. You can create little sets and quiz yourself whenever you want. Make connections to your own life. Want words to really stick in your brain? Connect them to you. If you learn the word adventure, think about your own travel memories or fun days. When words mean something personal, they become way easier to remember. Tip: keep a little vocabulary journal. Write down new words and your own examples of how they fit into your life. That makes learning personal and more fun. The power of repetition and practice. No matter which method you choose to learn new words, one thing's for sure: repetition is your best friend. The more times you see or hear a word in different places, the deeper it sticks in your brain. It's like your brain saying, "Oh hey, I know that word now." Tip: go back to the books, shows, or podcasts where you found those words. Use them again and again until they feel natural. Practice consistently, not intensively. When learning English, one golden rule is this: practice often, not just a lot at once. Some learners think that cramming a bunch of stuff in one study marathon is the best way to learn. But actually, doing a little bit every day works way better for long-term success. Why consistency is key. Being consistent is like having a superpower when it comes to mastering English. Here's why. It helps you remember better. When you spread out your learning, your brain gets time to really process and keep the information. It keeps you from burning out. Studying too much all at once can make you tired or annoyed, and that's not fun. But doing a little every day feels easier and more enjoyable. It builds a habit. Practicing every day, even just for a few minutes, can become part of your normal routine. And soon, it'll feel weird not to practice. It boosts fluency. The more regularly you use English, the more you'll start thinking in English. That's a huge win on your way to fluency. How to practice consistently. So, how do you actually make this a habit without feeling overwhelmed? Here are some simple ideas. Set a realistic schedule. Find a time in your day when you can squeeze in some practice. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day is awesome. Tip: short daily practice is better than a long session once a week. A little every day keeps the words fresh and stops your brain from forgetting. Incorporate English into your daily life. You don't have to set up a whole study corner. Just mix English into stuff you already do. Listen to music while walking, watch TV shows in English during lunch, or read articles in bed. Surrounding yourself with the language helps it become second nature. Tip: look for tiny chances throughout your day to practice English. It all adds up. Use language learning apps. Apps like Duolingo, Babel, or Anki are super handy for quick, everyday practice. They're perfect if you're busy and don't have much time. Most of them even let you set a reminder so you don't forget. Tip: set a small daily goal, like learning 10 words a day. These little wins keep you going and make learning feel fun. Practice speaking with a language partner. Talking is super important, and the best way to get better is to talk to someone regularly, even for just 10 minutes. If you can't find someone nearby, don't worry. There are tons of online platforms where you can find partners. Tip: don't stress about being perfect. Mistakes are part of the deal. Every conversation helps you grow. Track your progress. Seeing how far you've come is a great confidence boost. Use a journal or app to keep track of new words, grammar points, and speaking practice. Tip: look back at your progress every week or month. It'll show you just how much you've improved and give you the push to keep going. Set achievable goals. Don't try to learn everything at once. Break your big goals into small steps, like learning 10 words this week or having a 5-minute chat in English by next month. Tip: make your goals small and doable. You'll feel more successful and less overwhelmed. Making practice enjoyable. One of the secrets to sticking with English practice: make it fun. Do things you already enjoy, in English. Love movies? Watch them with subtitles. Love music? Listen to English songs and try to catch the lyrics. Tip: don't torture yourself with stuff you don't like. Learning should feel like play, not work. Avoid the trap of intensity. Long, tiring study sessions might feel impressive, but they can wear you out fast. Slow and steady wins this race. When you go too hard, it's easy to get frustrated. Give yourself permission to take breaks and go at your own pace. Tip: if you feel stressed, take a short break and come back later. It's totally okay. Stay positive and motivated. Learning anything new can be tough sometimes, but your mindset makes all the difference. Thanks for watching today's lesson. See you in the next video. Bye for now.